Well, thanks for joining us here on Weather Nation. I'm meteorologist Katie Farrier. Meteorologist Brian Carrick joining us here in just a couple of minutes as we talk about your top stories. Some beautiful weather here right now across portions of Denver where ChaserCon is actually going on as of right now. Temperatures in the 60s so far today, but we have Roger Hill via Skype here right now, and he's saying you can't get outside and enjoy those nice conditions today, can you, Roger?
No, unfortunately, I'm stuck inside at ChaserCon, which is great. But yeah, these 60-degree temps are incredible for us in February.
Beautiful. Well, can you explain a little bit to some of the viewers at home what ChaserCon is all about?
You bet. ChaserCon was founded 16 years ago by the late Tim Samaras and I, and it's basically set up as a kind of a get-together for everybody to kind of rehash what happened last year and kind of to psych everybody out and get them ready for the upcoming chase season. Just a great time to get together and see people you haven't seen for a long time and meet a lot of new faces too.
That's cool. So how many people actually end up coming out to ChaserCon? Is it growing in year by year, or?
It actually is. We're up to just a touch over 400 right now for this convention, which is the largest that we've ever had.
Nice.
And we kind of figured this would be a large one with a tribute to Tim and Paul and Carl Young tonight.
Yeah, very true. What other exciting things are happening here with the Chasers, or what is everybody talking about as we go on into what has been a very long and rough winter, and what are Chasers talking about here for this coming up season?
Well, I think the biggest question everybody has is, what kind of a weather pattern are we going to have going into spring? Are we going to continue with the blocking ridge in the east and the eastern Pacific and Hudson Bay Low, or are things going to finally start switching and getting a little bit more active? Of course, that's a crystal ball I don't think anybody has, but boy, that's definitely been the subject of conversation here.
Oh, well, thanks so much for joining us here today. We really appreciate it. Of course, we're going to be touching base here with some of the folks at ChaserCon as we go throughout the rest of this weekend. This is a great event, and so happy for you to be able to have time to give us a little chat today, Roger.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks so much. Well, we're continuing to update you here with some of the weather conditions across the portions of the country. Here's Brian with more.
Thank you, Katie. Also fun to talk with Roger. I haven't seen Roger in quite some time. And if you'd like to follow us on Facebook, you can probably get some more information on ChaserCon out on Facebook as well. So blizzard conditions, that's our big story. Developing in the Northeast this afternoon and evening. A parade of clippers in the Midwest and rain, sleet, and snow in the Northwest. First to Boston, visibility dropping as some big old snowflakes are coming down. And we're anticipating this to continue right into tonight. In Boston, you're going to see over a foot. Some spots, though, as you travel out toward the Cape, could see over a foot of snow. Blizzard warnings in effect in red. And that's coastal Massachusetts out through the Cape. Gusts up to 70 miles per hour. The pink shaded area, the winter storm warning, which stretches up through Portland and Bangor through Sunday. Again, watching the system closely. Still a sliver of winter weather advisories in the Appalachians. Then inland a bit here, Hartford, New York City included, as we pick up a few inches of snow and some gusty winds. Snow totals, as we mentioned, the highest eastern Massachusetts, back up through the Cape. Still looking at some areas that could see over 15, 16 inches of snow. Provincetown, you're a possibility with that, as well as Eastport, Maine. Conrad, Iowa, picking up some moderate snow. Kevin Walters sharing this picture. It's a clipper system in a parade and travel, very slick from Minnesota through Iowa, southern Wisconsin, Illinois, and Missouri. And it's snowing pretty good at Mount Rainier, Washington, as we travel west. As you climb down in elevation, you get into a sleet and freezing rain mix over to some rain in the lower elevations. And that rain is going to continue into tonight, Portland and Corvallis, up through Seattle and Katy. Looks like we've got a little bit of some snowfall outside Idaho Falls and near Cheyenne. Yeah, it's mixing in with a little bit in the way for some wintry mix, too, here at times as we get into some of those warmer conditions. Let's take a look at what we've got for advisories left over here into the Cascades, as well as into the Olympic range. We actually still have an advisory here for you in the Olympics. Rockport down to Greenwater. Winter storm warnings into Washington. Meanwhile, across extreme northern Oregon, still looking at winter storm watches that could be extended here as we go throughout the next 24 hours. Stanley, Haley, Sun Valley, you're all looking at Idaho snow again, with some locations picking up nearly a foot of the fluff here as we go towards the end of this evening. Here's a look at your highs for Sunday, by the way, coast to coast. I know where I'm going to book my tickets to. Phoenix, Arizona. I'm right behind you. Woo! 86 degrees. Woo! A little bit cooler for you today in Miami, 77 with sunshine. 59, though, we're finally thawing out, as my friend Alex was saying. In Atlanta, yikes, 37 degrees in Washington, D.C., and cool in New York at 30.